Greetings, hello. Look at this. Got that coconut beer from last couple of weeks ago. Coconut porter, which is actually was porter now, brown red thing. Still smells of coconut. That's good. Oh, still tastes like coconut. It's definitely got the caramelly thing. There's something else in there, though, right on the back. But yeah, it's good. I really like it. Really enjoy drinking it, especially after midnight. I found to my cost. But it's not quite right. But we'll fix that for the next version. There definitely will be a next version. So yeah, I don't really have too much to talk about. Okay, so came in here, camera was in here, saw the camera. I thought, you know what, I'll just stick it on, because you just don't, you never know. It's the weekend, okay? You just never know if you're gonna get time to do it or not. I thought, you know what, I've got time right now, so let's turn it on and see what comes out of my mouth. So I like it. That's not all I was doing, okay? So I was taking a gravity reading on this. So this is a New Zealand Pilsner. What else would it be? Come on. And it's in the 10, it's sitting about 10-14, okay? There's something about this beer, okay? This was a double batch. The two of them are still in the fridges. One is pressure fermented, which is now dry hopping, and the other one is just normal fermented. This is a 10-14, and I could have sworn for the most time the other one was 10-14 as well. It finished at about maybe 10-13, 10-12. It's always, you're not entirely sure with a hydrometer, but that is sitting 12, 14, maybe 15. Maybe it needs to warm up a bit, but so yeah, I don't know what the data is there. It was mashed in at 64 as well too, so I mean, I actually had my other hydrometer out the other week, or the other day, because I thought there was something wrong with the hydrometer, because it was like, maybe it's just me being impatient. It's been on for 2 weeks on Sunday, so obviously it's a lager, so maybe it's just me being impatient. But even that one there, it doesn't normally go that slow, so I don't know. But my brother's coming back from Australia in like less than 2 weeks, or maybe it is 2 weeks actually. So I kind of need to get it on in the keg and a bit of conditioning on it, so I'm kind of starting to panic now. So with that in mind, I also want to do a brew this weekend. I don't have any fridges free, obviously, because this one's dry hopping, this one's still fermenting. So that means we're gonna go with Quebec in here. So it's 9:30 at night, and it's 26 degrees in here according to that thermometer up there / clock. So that's the only thing that can handle that is Quebec, which I've done before, and I've had it like years ago in the hot press, in the kind of, I don't know what you call it. You know the bit in your house where you store the clothes, the hot water tank goes in. That room there, whatever you call that. And I used Quebec, and the temperature was like really high during the day, and it drops down. I was up and down all the time. And I've done it in here, again, out of the fridges, and temperatures all over the place. And you know what? It's Quebec, it's indestructible. The beers always come out super, so that is good. So that's what we're going to be doing. And we're going to be pressure fermenting it as well. So we're aiming for, I did a beer not that long ago, 7-day black IPA, and it was pressure fermented. It was done and dusted 7 days. Now it wasn't, needed a little bit longer to carb up and condition a little tiny bit, but it was basically done and dusted in 7 days. That's what we're aiming for. I'm wondering what to do. The choice was actually possibly that black IPA. This is the only dark beer I have on, although I did just buy a case of like Imperial Stout. So it's possibly that, or just like a hazy pale ale, or potentially I've got like 10 kilos of Red X over there in one of those boxes. So, I mean, we could be I could potentially do a red IPA with Kvike. I've never done that before, and the thought of that, because I've never done it before, is appealing. Okay, so then the other thing, which is, I've got it up here. I want some advice, okay? So the brew that I'm going to do next weekend, it's going to be the sour beer for the year. So I was originally intending to do a Berliner Weiss, a fruited Berliner Weiss. I bought the fruit and everything. I've got a kilo of blueberries and a kilo of raspberries. So that's what we're going to be using. And I got a beer, okay, from Boundary like a while back. Kept the can because it was so good. It was this one here. 3% chance of tears. Blueberry and blackberry gose with cacao. Okay. So, I was originally intending to do a fruited Berliner Weiss, as I said. But now, after tasting that, I'm thinking, oh, I definitely need to bring it up to a gose. 6.2% that is now. I don't know if mine will be 6.2%. It's a tad too much for summertime, I think. A fruited beer anyway. So yeah, I think I'm gonna try and do something with this. Now, the thing about this is that it's that last word in the end with cacao. So it says here, this is a berry gose conditioned on cacao nibs. It's a blend of tart berries and rich salted dark chocolate. And they're not kidding. It was absolutely incredible. Really, really loved it. It was not like your typical sour beer, I suppose. It was really rich. Okay. Definitely got the salt. And you definitely got a little bit of the chocolate as well, and the fruit. So I don't know what kind of witchcraft they did to create that. But when I tasted it, I was like, immediately, I need to brew something like this. So what I want to know is, okay, the original plan, and this is what I've always done with fruited beers, okay, is that I brew the beer. I'll be using the Philly sour yeast. So brew the beer, ferment it with the Philly sour yeast. Then I would put in the fruit at the end after it's fermented. Leave it for like a week, and then we'll crush it and get it into the bottle or the keg or whatever I'm doing. But with this, with the cacao nibs, and it does say it's conditioned on cacao nibs. And the word conditioned there is making me wonder, ooh, what's going on there? So, do you think that means it's been aged on cacao nibs, let's say, like an imperial stout would? But I don't have 2 months to wait, because 2 months the summer will be over. Does it mean it's in the keg? Cacao nibs in the keg, and we're serving at the same time? Has anyone ever done that? Does that sound wacky? I'm not sure. It sounds like that might actually work. I don't know. I'm sure there must be someone out there that's done that. So the question then is, should I do what I would ordinarily do? Put the fruit in after it's fermented, leave it for whatever period of time, then put the chocolate in? Do I put the fruit and chocolate in at the same time? Do I put the fruit in and then put the chocolate into the keg, and then it can sit on the chocolate while I'm serving it? Is that insane? It sounds insane. Or you put the fruit in before the fermenting starts. So you put the fruit in right at the start, and then it ferments out. I don't know. I've never actually done that. So that's what I kind of want to know. What is the best way to attack this? Because I'm not entirely sure. I'll be honest. I'm not entirely sure. I'm kind of leaning towards fermenting it normally, putting the fruit in, and then putting the chocolate in after it. But then, you know, we've all done raspberry wheats, haven't we? And the fruit flavour, it doesn't stay forever. So that's what I'm afraid of. So yeah, I don't know. So if anybody has any clever ideas about how to do that, we want to do a gose by 5%, something like that. Maybe creep up to 5.5 max, where we're using Philly sour yeast. We've got blueberries and raspberries. This one here is blueberries and blackberries. And then we have cacao nibs as well. Well, I don't actually have cacao nibs, but I need to get some. So this beer is going to be expensive as well too, because the price of frozen fruit these days. So they came in bags of like 500 grams, okay? Half a kilo. Got a kilo of each fruit. And it was like it was over 350 or something like that. So that's like £14, something like over £14 for just for the fruit alone. Never mind the cacao nibs, all the malt, the yeast was a good few pounds. So so let's not try and mess this up. Yeah, so if anyone has any clever ideas, please put them in the comments, because we've got a week, I think, to figure it out amongst us. Anyway, I think that's it. So happy Homebrew Wednesday. Cheers.